and coming up, we're gonna go right into the draft and see how they're gonna draft. Maybe they're gonna try to, pick heroes that can counter him, making him have a really, really hard time in the gold lane.
I'm excited to see where exactly Bernoulli. So Bernoulli does look like he's going to be jungle. Is this going to be a major problem for Leonhardt? I would say on the side of U2, Psyche still regular jungle. Their swap doesn't seem as tough because Bernoulli's not a jungler, right? Normally he swaps in for EXP lane. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kronos, but
yes,
this is definitely
right.
This is definitely a big change up for Lyon. I'm wondering how it's going to affect exactly.
And not just that, right? Bernoulli is one of the most experienced players that they have in the entire team for Lyon, and that's why he rocks the EXP lane. The team kind of revolves around him even when he's in the EXP lane. So yes, maybe in a way it's good that they slot him in the jungle, but you're right. Shifting from a mid laner like NK to a gold lane is a little easier compared to someone from the EXP to the jungle, because the EXP lane more prone to being aggressive, maybe kind of overstep your boundaries there a little bit. Bernoulli has to really hold himself back, think like a jungler, to play like a jungler, and that's why you can see already the bans, they're hard locking down any of these frontliners. If you are you to take away the Hilda, take away the Phoveus, well, are we gonna see another frontliner getting taken away? Freya maybe?
Freya definitely needs to get locked out, but with the Gwenny, the Phoveus, and the Hilda on the ban mark, there's a lot of stuff open right now. Once again, Jushin still in the field, Eve still in the field, Basha, there goes the Eve. I think at this point, Lyon has to take out the Jushin, honestly. And then you have the Basha, Sora,
Harley, Valentina,
a lot of options coming in. But again, we've learned that the meta is not always beta. You know, there's always opportunity to counter, so...
Which lane or which role do you think is the hardest to play
right now?
In the meta right now?
In the meta right now, I think mid lane, not a lot of options, if you ask me. Yes, there's quite a few, but you need to pair it up with the right roles. The most flexible ones are, of course, jungle and EXP and roam, but mid lane, not really a lot, right? Unless you pick up the Valentina. But here, I think Baxia versus Harley. You two are thinking, what do we go with? I think, personally, if I was playing, I'd pick Baxia. But I see the trend for Harley. You know what? Never mind. Kick both out the window. Go Jushin.
Because then you still can have the Basha or the Harley after this, you know? You get the Jushin up front, and then it's, listen, they can get the Harley or Basha, and we'll take the other one. I do think, on that debate, the Harley might be the better pick for Lyon right here. But instead, they also know we can get the trade. Take either one. We take our carry, we take our Zetien.
Sora plus Basha or Harley, right?
Yeah, something like that.
And Raquel did say he does not like juicing at all. And then they just picked it for him.
That's what you gotta do sometimes.
Yeah.
On the side of U2, yeah, I think the Sora here too, because then if you still want in second phase, you can still pick up a gold laner if you want. If it doesn't get banned out, it forces Lyon to really decide how they want to draft, and I mean how they want to ban in second phase. So I think Sora is super clean here. Khalid, I like it.
Khalid plus Harriet, maybe. Never mind. Comfort picks. Comfort picks coming in clutch here. I agree,
there's another one that's on fraud alert.
But also, Moskov being picked up here kind of prevents the Harley coming in from the side of Lyon, so I would say that makes a little more sense too. So Baxia has to be the way to go here, right? You're okay absorbing the damage from Khalid, but you're really taking some abuse from Jushin. So Sora, a better lock-in, you get everyone together. It's just too much when the meta is open, right, Trex? When everything is kind of left open, yeah, you're just scrambling for ideas. It comes down to the compositions, what they've practiced, what worked. Because at this point, we can keep going back and forth on what's good and what gets countered by who and what. They could just ignore everything and just go a completely different route.
I think the Sora, one of the reasons the Sora is good here though too is dealing with the Jushin. Because of the ability to just get in and close the distance quickly, he's not going to be an EXP laner that really falters in terms of these team fights. So you have poke with the ZTN, you have damage with the carry, and you have someone that can kind of target down onto and get past Khalid, can disrupt his quicksand guard. So I mean, there's possibilities. I think the Sora definitely a solid pick, and with the side of U2 still needed a jungler as well, definitely worth leaving that for second phase. Layla, thoughts?
Thoughts?
She's lost in the draft.
Sora.
She saw Kaja and decided to think about fried chicken. First fried rice, now fried chicken.
Nah, fried chicken. I think the Farsa, you know, that makes me think of fried chicken when Farsa does not play well. But the Sora is gonna be just annoying for their backlines because, you know, when he shifts and then he locks onto you, what are you gonna do? You're gonna use your dash, your flicker.
Yeah, I mean, gotta figure something out.
After that, I think at the moment, Kaja, Kalea taken off the table. They need something in the room that can provide some sort of early clear, keep up with the Khalid. The Hilda's gone, no Kaja, no Kalea, no Guinevere, no Marcel. Hylos maybe? Are you really? But that's not really going to put a stop to the Khalid. You're not going to be able to contest quite a lot. I'm looking for early game answers. I can think about the Cho, but gets bullied by the Jushin again.
So do you just...
Grok?
Grok is solid no matter what happens. You go for the
his favorite pick.
Favorite
It's his favorite pick, isn't it?
Oh,
he
yeah. He did. He likes the Kubra. Okay.
Yeah, and the
I can vibe with it.
And the Zetian was really good.
We saw one work. We saw one work.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, the last composition we saw, the Kufra was literally like the perfect pick. This might be a little early. I think with the Kufra, they could have maybe waited for 5th pick. It's not gonna, right now it's only really affecting the Moskov slightly, and Moskov doesn't really, I mean, he's never dashing in really. He's more like side to side, things like that. Khalid maybe gets a little affected by it, but yeah, just, you know. There's the Alice pick.
Love that draft. Love it. So aggressive. You give enough space to the Moskov. I like when you pick short-range marksman with the Jushin because that Crimson Beacon feels like a cloud of protection for the Moskov or the carry to play under, right? And now the Alice added to the mix just gives Moskov more a bit of reassurance, and the Suyo as well. Inke can dive in knowing that the Alice or the Khalid's going to dive in with them, so a little bit of a front to back with the possibility of going full dive also on the hands of U2 Esports. They look super solid with their draft. Lyon, again, this is a slight bit of a niche. You got wave clear, you got the pick-off capabilities. You can look for a massive counter stat with the Kufra, with the Sora. The jungle, it's got to be something that Harley's still available if they want to go for it.
Joy?
Maybe not the best option. Basha was still there.
Basha utility. Easy. Imagine going a whole game and no Basha. No Basha getting picked or banned till last pick.
Pulled our hairs out.
I'm telling you, the things are changing. The meta is changing before our eyes.
It is.
It really is.
Yeah, and with that, there's our lineup. And just from the draft, I do feel like U2 Esports has the better draft here. What do you guys think?
I think at the moment U2 Esports do have a slight bit of a more straightforward draft. Lyon needs to get the early game in their favor. Use Hayase in these turtle fights. Maybe Raquel can get a couple of pickoffs. Leonhardt as well as Pav should find their POV of taking people down. So I think U2 Esports, easier win conditions, not threading the needle. Meanwhile, Lyon looking for a needle in the haystack.
Yeah, Lyon. I mean, I wouldn't exactly say they're looking for a needle in the haystack. I think U2 Esports have, what I really like is they have easy, great crowd control set potential, big combos. Lyon, aggressive, still have late game potential, have some early game potential. The big wild card here is how is Bernoulli going to be able to move this team around in the early game? How is he going to perform in the jungle? Is he going to be someone that can step up to the plate, or are they going to crumble under it?
Well, at the moment, we're going to find out. Of course, folks, we are getting to go into the game right now. This is game number 1 of this best of 5 to kick things off. Who's going to be the first one to draw blood? Who's going to be the one to end up in the bottom of the pack? The 8th seed decider starts right now. U2 on the blue, Lyon on the red, Kronos and Trex to bring you the action.
All right, so we talked about Bernoulli. Let's talk about Sykes a little bit. He has had some decent games. Overall, U2 Esports in general have had some great games. Ziggy, Zoltra, both names we've got to know have been able to make plays, but Zoltra's had some great days, and he's had some bad days. We haven't really seen him being able to balance that out. Either he's playing at 110% or he's playing at 50%. And I think right now we just need to see him play steady, play aggressive, don't make too many mess ups, and he can bring his team to victory. On the side of Lyon, Raquel, we saw the interview. On a hero like this Kufra, we also need to see some plays happen. So I'm looking at the roamers right now to be able to set things up for their team.
And I think they're doing a fantastic job, right? Especially Raquel, the bouncing ball, preventing Ziggy from going in, just being a stop to their plans. And U2 Esports needs to get the aggression rolling, especially when they have this Suyo with this Khalid, with this Jushin. You want to get mid-prio, which they already have, but they're not able to convert it any sort of lane pressure because of what the Boxia provides, that early clear. And you can already see they get an invade going. So the Suyo is going to be a little bit of EXP down, a little bit of gold down, but that's not going to make much of a difference. Has an earlier power spike, wants to get that kill, at least first blood, so he can find a way to get that Sock, Fury Hammer, and Sky Piercer going.
And they're able to just pop the passive of Pav, which is going to be nice, coming up onto this turtle. Bernoulli making his way in, looking for a target, just misses Sykes, able to lock on to the next one, though. Accuracy is forced back as Ultra jumps onto the back line, taking a bit of damage. Ooh. In comes the Shifting Clouds, nice damage. Sykes gets pushed back, able to just dash away. Turtle still up as Ultra, locks down onto Pav. In comes Hayase, though, able to get first blood onto Accuracy. Sykes now looking for a target as well. Turtle does go over to the side of Lyon, but Sykes picks up a kill on Raquel. It's a 1-for-1, but honestly, still a win for Lyon.
Bernoulli get the turtle. That's what made sure they get on top. That's the win that they got indeed. SOD missing out there. Otherwise, NK would have been able to make it to the fight. And the fight was kind of split. Feels like they're not really on the same page so far, but they did get the job done, right? Hayase was able to zone out the back line, just being a problem to Accuracy, who wanted to get in the fight. Unable to do so. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the bouncing ball along with the range from the Zetian doing a lot of poke to Zultra, and Zultra's not able to control the river as nicely or as aggressively that he would like.
Yeah, I mean, if he can get there, but the thing is, he should be able to. But I guess, yeah, the bouncing ball stops him from being able to dash in. He has to kind of make his way around Raquel. But Zoltra's going to have to find a way to be aggressive and not just push Pav away, but also be able to, I'm waiting, where's the big Raging Sandstorm at, right? Where's the big play for your team? He did just get to level 4, well, now level 5. I think it's going to be a little bit of time for U2 Esports to really find those moments. The fact that Leon's able to get a kill on Accuracy earlier is huge, though. Nice Tyrant's Rage, landing on his Ultra. Nice damage on his Ultra, forced to use the Flicker. Now Accuracy in trouble. In comes Raging Sandstorm. SOD able to connect, push Bernoulli back, but still Zultra goes down. Sykes going to try to come up and clean up. Can he find a target? The bouncing ball is up, so Sykes can't close the distance. Finally waits, able to get the dash, but now he's getting pushed away. Sykes finally finds it. A nice Throne of Ruin. POV brought low. Hayase, though, trying to corner. Sykes able to dash back. Bernoulli on the chase. The back and forth right now between these two teams. Ziggy gonna flicker away back to safety. Leon still holding a gold lead, that they do lose a member there.
Yeah, I think so far in the game, U2 Esports are the ones to take the fight to Lyon, right? And Lyon able to bounce back every single time with the right tools that they have, a counter engage with that big set that's possible from Raquel, and he's been hitting those Siren Revenges on point. Even Hayase able to make to the team fight. Raquel, Bernoulli still there. Accuracy is the one to fall low early, so that should be a problem. Retribution has a Sykes.
All right, so second turtle goes over to U2, but Sykes doesn't want to give it up. Bernoulli on the run. Zultra finally going to engage, but they all get caught up. Pushed back to the team. A 3-man catch from Hayase. Sykes goes down. In the midst, though, Ziggy looking for something. Still falls to Hayase. Another kill. Zultra able to get a nice Raging Sandstorm, a shutdown, and a double. Nice gold into the pocket of Zultra, but that's not exactly who you want to give the shutdown to.
You're right. I think they kind of needed that on the other side, and the different heroes on the damage dealers. Meanwhile, the bot side, again, NK able to miss out on that SOD. If that connected, it would have been a slight bit of a different story. But U2 Esports getting a little bit of a push on the top side. Zultra zoning away Hayase. Raquel charging up the revenge, baiting out this Raging Sandstorm. Even the Fury of the Phoenix at the same time.
Hayase is a menace right now. Even with that death, we can already see how troublesome this hero is going to be against a nice frontliner jungle. You have to be careful every time you engage. Ziggy as well dives in, Sykes dives in. Well, you just dived into a trap, so they're gonna have to be careful about the way they engage these fights.
Well, looking at the items as well, there you go, found the boots, get that Sky Piercer. Now Hunter Strike coming in, gotta be a lot of damage in the hands of Sykes. He needs those kills, he's starving, he's turking, he's thirsty. He needs something to fill him up at this point, and he's looking at those squishies, especially Leonhardt, and that's why you can see Raquel just moving around, making sure that marksman is protected.
Yeah, we haven't even seen the marksman get involved in these fights just yet. They've just been hanging out in the gold lane. No one's tried to gank them. We haven't even had the camera on them at all. Both of them level 8. Leonhardt with a small advantage right now. I mean, we're talking small amounts of EXP here, but nothing major. NK catching up. I'm waiting for that to be the pop-off moment, especially since both of them are more late-game marksmen. Who's going to be able to be the game changer when we get to First Lord, Second Lord, things like that?
I think when it gets to the First Lord, right, looking at the composition and the way things are going, U2 Esports should have slight bit of advantage still, but if Leon keep this up.
A lot of damage on his Ultra, but he responds with a Raging Sandstorm. Everyone able to get away safely. Continue.
I think if they keep this up, Leon could actually hold on, because that nice bit of a clap coming in with that, never mind, Throne of Ruin there.
Ooh, SOD does connect as well, and in comes NK, able to get the pin on the wall. Hayase on the backside, 1 against 2, goes down to Sykes as NK shreds into Bernoulli. Bernoulli on the run, accuracy now locking in. NK switches positions, dashes on to the next target. 4 of them moving in. Raquel looking to lock onto someone, might be in a bad spot as Pop tries to make his way in as well. The passive able to keep the enemies away. U2 Esports do finally disengage, but not after they found Hayase and the last turtle.
And the way that U2 are moving right now, as they should, taking the fight to Leon. And Leon's still able to bounce back. They're still holding their own. It's not looking terrible. Yes, a 3K goal lead on the side of U2 Esports, but Leonhardt hasn't been taken down a single time. Pav has been pushing them away. And Hayase has set potential. And here, Raquel has been getting these time revenges on point.
Hayase, watch for Hayase. Looking for the grab and nab, not able to connect. Raquel goes down. I like the way Raquel's playing, the fact that like we keep on looking for moments, but maybe slow it down just a little bit, you know? Look for the right targets.
Caster's curse, man. I just said about that and he got picked off.
Yeah.
But looking at the way you mentioned, they need to slow down a little bit, or at least have the right tools around you, have the right members around you to try and take them down, especially Leonhardt, right? You want Leonhardt to start getting online. You want him to pop off. You need to give him that big moment, that big clap. That's probably the best ultimate in the game, according to me, to get a nice sound effect. That clap sounds so much better than a Fatal Links, a 5-man Fatal Links even.
All right, but here comes a play of U2 themselves. Still looking for this mid lane as Sykes controls the map elsewhere. And we've just been seeing him go from bot lane to top lane. And this is sometimes what you want to do on the Suyo. He's got such great movement across the map.
Yeah, and not just that. I want to talk about Sykes as well. He got a 20 stack on the Sky Piercer right now. He was 2-1-1 when he got that. Now up to 20, gets the War Axe. So you know the damage is starting to rack up. He was thirsty, now 2 levels ahead. He's already hungry. He's got a little bit of a taste of the starter. And now looking to get that aperitif going and then maybe get to that main course, that big tomahawk, right? It's been in the grill, it's been cooking. Accuracy is the one serving it up. And Sykes, when he walks in, especially with Ziggy, it's going to look like it's going to be mealtime.
Raquel looks for an angle in, unable to find enough. Big Throne of Ruin wasted, but wait, here comes Ultra, right onto the carries, but he is instantly taken out. NK now next on the block. U2 Esports looked for the play, and it was not there.
call an ambulance, but not for me. That's what Lyon said the entire time. Zultra going in, a false engage, abort, mission abort. That was the call from U2 Esports, leaving him in no man's land at this point. Oh, it's not working out. Lyon found a way to make the comeback. They get themselves the Lord, even a dominant ice in the hands of Raquel. So you know for a fact a lot of those heals are not going to be working out. I still want to see that Chastis Pauldron to come in. I hope Bernoulli or Raquel have picked it up early on. And Raquel right now in no man's land might be picked up and put down.
Another Raging Sand. The cooldown on Raging Sandstorm isn't that bad, huh? It's like, what, maybe
23?
23 seconds?
25, I think.
Because it's one of the reasons why Zultra just uses so much. But now, speaking of Zultra, going to get pinned against the wall. Actually is here trying to help out, but the damage is just too much. Lionheart gets his first kill onto the board from Zultra. Lyon finding movement, finding cohesion as they move across the map, taking little pieces away from U2.
Well, they get that siege in the tier 1 in the mid lane. Bernoulli might be next on chopper block. SOD misses Ziggy.
Ziggy able to connect onto 4 there. Hayase does go down. Bernoulli as well as Sykes finally moves in for the double. Lionheart trying to run away. Pav might not be able to get away from this one. Forced to use the flicker. Sykes wants to chase him down along with accuracy. Yeah. A couple more hits and Pav goes down. A beautiful triple for Sykes. And now all they got to do is clear through this Lord, pushing in on them, and then maybe be able to look for this tier 3 in the mid side.
Hey, MVP Ziggy, bro, not gonna lie. Forget all the kills that Sykes has. Ziggy has been on point with these Throne of Ruins. Well, we've seen it's 11 minutes in. I think we've seen only 4 really good ones from him. And he's been the one that's been initiating all these fights. And the worst part being, Lyon have nothing to stop it, nothing to take him down. Yes, you have Lionheart, but you don't have that sort of a crowd control, a single target pick-off that could really enable or enhance what Lionheart can do. And that's why we were wondering, right, maybe a choke could have been all right. Maybe the jawhead that we saw early on in the previous series could have worked wonders.
Bob gone. Bob gone. Off the map. Send home. Try again later. U2 Esports 4K gold lead. We've been back and forth. Leon's had some nice moments. But at this point, as you said, Ziggy's just making these sets happen. And Sykes is able to move so quickly across the map. Another Throne of Ruin under the map. Hayase trying to defend, able to get a knock up onto 2. Will it be enough? Inke does go down. Lyon still with them, fighting them, but Sykes doesn't want to give it up just yet. Look at the damage onto Hayase as a monster kill falls in the hands of Sykes. U2 Esports quickly disengages. They got what they came for, a tower and a member of Lyon.
This is why the Kufra can be a boon and a bane in sort of a way, just because of the fact that, yes, when he gets those massive sets, those massive engages, it looks super nice, looks super clean. It could be all or nothing. That's what this hero is. But the moment you kind of get a miss, you're not able to get that full engage, the re-engage takes too long, and by then your team's already wiped out.
You know, earlier you were talking about Sky Piercers. We were talking about stacks. Well, Sykes is now at 8-1-1. 60 stacks. Just completely shredding through Lyon right now. If you're down, oh, look at the damage though. Raquel able to find Zultra. Zultra's just been on the chopping block non-stop. Now Bernoulli, but a nice AOD does connect. He's not going to come into that one. It'll be in the midst of 3 Lyon members. Inke makes his way up. Ziggy looking for the re-engage. He does have the ult, but not able to find a nice spot to use it. Raquel gets a knock up onto accuracy. Accuracy and Inke looking for another target. Bernoulli brought down to about 20%. Sykes looking for the execute. Able to come in, just a couple more hits, but he's not able to finish him off. Now the members jump on as the bouncy ball comes out. Sykes, oh God, Raquel. Bernoulli still goes down. There's nothing to stop Sykes right now. In the face of U2 Esports, Ziggy didn't connect that one, but it's okay. They were able to take out the jungle, and Lord is up.
And not just that, right? In the fight, Hayase made his way in, took out accuracy before. But then again, if there was another small 1v1 of the gold laners in the mid lane, Inke already using the Wind of Nature, and there you get the Malefic Gun, Raquel going in.
But the Raging Sandstorm does connect down. Fear the Phoenix comes out. Sykes sneaks to make his way in. He does find the Lord.
Ziggy.
No retching on the side of Lyon, and now Ziggy into the backside. Sykes able to find Hayase. Ziggy off the map, but they're not done just yet. Raquel trying to make a play happen as Sykes is so low. The burn unable to finish him. Just a hair of health left. Bernoulli on the chase here. Not going to commit.
Nah, Turtleman's not going to commit to that one. What? I'm telling you, today Caster's Curse in full effect. We spoke about Ziggy, hyped him up. He died a couple of times, and not just that. Look at Sykes, 10-1-1, full build. We're talking, what, 15 minutes into the game right now? He is unstoppable. This 80 stacks in the Sky Piercer, that's the max you can go.
He's got a 4,000 gold lead over Bernoulli right now. Lord should get shredded down here. Luckily, Leon does have Leonhardt. He's also been playing a great game. 3-1-2, been able to pick up some small kills here and there, and is going to be the major defense when it comes to these big sieges.
Yeah, and I think these big sieges are away. No, they caught someone on the bot side and the top as well.
So member goes down, accuracy out. Cameron takes us to the top side. It's okay. Whatever. It's cool. Sykes now gonna be able to work on this tower. Raquel looking for Sykes as well. Leonhardt did use the speedy light wheel to be able to make it up to top side and help defend. Bernoulli looking for a target. Leon maybe not really trying to take a fight here, but at least trying to get some ground back. Make sure they secure these buffs.
Yeah, I think at this point, Leon needs to hold their ground. They've already given up with the top inhibitor. U2 Esports, 4K gold lead. They've been leading the charge the entire time. Hayase is going tankier and tankier by the second, so you know that Thunder Form's not going to do a lot. Ziggy. This is what I'm talking about. Raquel's there. Raquel's job is to be annoying, right? And he's being as annoying as possible. But there's nobody with him. He needs to make a play with Hayase, and that could be the game changer. Go in with the revenge, get that shifting skies, and then maybe you can pose a problem. Layer those skills rightly so you find a way to get your team and out. The entire time he's been getting really good sets, but it's not going to get his team and out.
Yeah, but a lot of those sets have only been like one member. It's a hard team. It's a hard composition to go against and look for like a three-man Tyrant's Rage, you know? Everyone's fast moving, but Zoltra comes in with a Raging Sandstorm, is brought low. Tyrant's Revenge, Inkay down. There goes Zoltra as well. Leon now on the hunt as Hayase leads the front, looking for the next target, but Sykes able to dash back and still get the kill. Now they're just on the run. Leon doesn't want to give it up just yet. Immortality does pop for Ziggy. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. Leonhardt finds it. 5-1-2. The back and forth continues as Leon take the win on that last fight.
Hey Trex, we're in for a long night, aren't we? This is only game number 1, 17 minutes in. First game of the best of 5. You can already see Trex making emojis right now on the camera. You guys can't see it, but what you can see is that backdoor that Sykes is looking to go for while they're trying to blitz down the Lord.
That's a good play. Honestly, he might have been able to just commit on that tower. The Kufra's not going to be able to take him out. He does back off. I mean, Leon get this Lord, which is huge, but U2 Esports still holding a gold lead. We are getting to that 60K gold mark soon. At that point, Kronos, do we think Leon has an advantage? Do we think it's 50-50? How do we feel about max items 5v5?
I think max items 5v5, I like the chances when you have the Moskov, right? There's always a cross-map play that's possible, because this really allows a lot of pressure to come in from one side. Yes, if we see a 5v5 singular fight without the map being in play, then you know this carry's going to start melting people down, and it has enough peel to do so as well. But at this point, who can really stop Sykes, man? That's what I'm looking at. 11-1-1. I hope I don't curse him. They're looking to try and go for the finish on the top side. The Lord is marching in. Leon could make their way. Raquel needs to look for the massive set, but then again, Hayase is nowhere to be found.
Without vision on him, that's exactly what he wants, right? I mean, Hayase is going to try to look for a back angle here. I don't think Zoltra saw him move in, but I also don't think they know where Zoltra is. Leonhardt able to get the tower. Hayase has finally showed face. Watch for Zoltra. Looking for the back line. Uses a conceal. He's just going to go back to base safely. He's not going to make a major attack, and I think that might have been the good move from you two, honestly. Don't fully commit right before Lord's coming.
That's the way they got to make it. Play it safe. No, Sykes, what are you doing? Ooh.
He is able, Immortality pops. That's a big utility gone, and Zoltra has to sacrifice his own life as accuracy moves in. It's Zoltra and accuracy against the world right now. Ziggy there as well to help back him up. Lord still at half health. This could be a big push for Leon as Hayase finally decides to join the fight. Bernoulli in the front side. Hayase unable to connect onto anyone. Throne Ruin does come out, and Bernoulli's brought low as Sykes finally locks onto a target. Ziggy will pay the price though. Raquel, Immortality pops again, actually falls. Leonhardt able to kite back, but Leon is low on health. 4 members drop for U2, but they can't fully connect just yet.
Oh, that was so messy. Every single ultimate missing. They missed the Revenge. They missed the Shifting Skies. Even the Throne of Ruin missed. The only thing that connected was, what, a couple of basic attacks from NK, but now he's the only one left standing to defend, and I think they could blitz this end. Immortality's there on NK. Leon wants to get the push.
And 3 seconds for Zoltra. Can he come out with a big Raging Sandstorm to try to help out? Just clear the waves, that's all you got to do, but the base is going down. Leon not going to let them fight back and taking game number 1.
Messy, 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 but found a way to get to the base crystal. I mean, you'd take that if you were Leon, because it was looking like it was going to go the way of U2 Esports, but they found a way to make a comeback. They applied the pressure when they got the Lord and just kept on pushing that one singular lane, didn't care about the others, and did walk away with the victory. So, but if I was Leon, I will be brushing up on what I can do in game number 2, because if they keep the same pace going, U2 will take control at some point.
Yeah, what a great game. There's a lot of back and forth, and you know, right now it looks like, how can you see which one is the better team? You can't, right? They're all just performing and they're just doing their best, and it could go to anybody.
Doing their best, but I think both teams could definitely do better. U2 had some major mistakes. Leon had some major mistakes. Right now it feels like it's not a battle of who's going to play, who's going to make the more big plays. It's who's going to make less mess ups in a sense. Zoltra did do well, but once again, we see some of those ults get wasted. We see some bad disengages. And on the side of Leon, though they were able to get the win, there was still, I feel like it could be polished. And whichever team polishes up quicker in this is going to get the dub. If Leon can continue this pace and U2 continues, because don't get me wrong, U2 had some moments of greatness there. We saw Ziggy pull up with those Thrones of Ruins and just completely dominate the early game. But then we started to see some get missed. We started to see some big whiffs. We started to see, you know, the ults not always connect. So we'll see how it goes in the next one. Taking a look at some of these highlights, Kronos, anything to majorly point out?
And I think, Trex, when you take a look at everything that happened for them, right, for Leon, can you say they just kind of like, it's like one of those fights where they're just trying to make it through. They do whatever they can. So scrappy at the end of the day. They walk away with a victory. They're happy, but you know the game was super scrappy on their side.
I agree. I mean, that's actually the best word, scrappy. Scrappy. But the teams, they were just going. It was brawly, it was scrappy, it was blow for blow. Even in the beginning, this is first Turtle, and they're spread out. Everyone's looking for different targets. They're all over the place.
I mean, it wasn't blow for blow. It was missing. I miss my skills, you miss yours. Let's take a look who can make it out alive after that one, because that's what most of these fights look like. Ziggy did get some really good Throne of Ruins, but I mean, after it reached, what, the 15th minute mark when Sykes was going crazy, he was 80 stack. How? 80 stack on the Sky Piercer, man. You can't let a game slip away when you're that ahead.
80 stacks on a Sky Piercer.
5K goal lead too.
5K goal lead too.
Sheesh.
Sheesh.
Yes, sir.
Layla?
Yeah, Sykes, he was doing so well, so that was a throw, I guess. I just got to the end and then nobody can finish. There was an end where they pushed into the inhibitor and nobody can finish. And then Inky, I feel bad for him because he just adjusted to goal lane, and poor guy, he was left alone. They were all low HP on the enemy team, but obviously he can't get in there.
Taking a look at the MVP though, it will be, drumroll please, Raquel. Not against it, honestly. Not against it. He created, even in moments they were behind, he created space consistently. You said it, Kronos. He was annoying, and I haven't seen a Kufra played like that in a while. The way that he would just constantly use those Tyrant's Revenges, like just to kind of poke, delay, keep them away from the river, create space, and find little possibilities. He was the possibility finder in this match, and he was able to make it happen.
I mean, he was the one leading the charge, right? Showing the path, leading them from the front, showing the light, and leading the way, whatever you want to call it. Not really finding the words for it, but what I want to highlight is 2-3-16 on the KDA. Out of the 19 kills that Lyon had, he was part of 18 of them. So if that doesn't scream MVP, I don't know what else will, right? If you're Lyon, with the amount of scrappy fights they kind of had, being annoying in the face, you can see the pickoffs when he got the single targets, when he's with Lionheart, it makes sense. But when he's getting these massive team sets without the help of Hayase, that's when they started to crumble. That's when it started to fall. But then the game got to the point where it was super late. Lionheart could just melt everyone down, shred everyone away, and then, hey, it was just one left. In-K was left standing. They took down the base crystal. But yes, Raquel, well-deserved MVP. Should have a KPA of what, about 90-something%, right? With that, with 2, 3, and 16, so 18 out of 19 kills that they have on the board. Even Flicker plays. Never really caught that one, to be honest.
Yeah, he did an amazing job, and it's a well-deserved. I think in where we were worried about Bernoulli being the sub in this game, the rest of the team was able to stand up. Lionheart was able to buy time very well due to Raquel, due to the rest of the team. Pav able to continuously kite, and even Hayase in the early game, though at the end he missed some skills here and there. In the early game, he was another one that was able to kind of make sure some of these fights did at least fall into Leon's hands, and it never got too out of control.